Well, hello, everybody. This is Anita with Affluence Magazine, and welcome to the Contributors Spotlight. I am here with Candace, who is our editor in chief, and of course, our new contributor, Pam Sam. She's going to actually really be talking about her article, a small piece of her article for this September issue, because we want you to go out. We want you to
She's going to actually
purchase
be talking
the
about her article.
the magazine. Okay, so I know Candace is trying to get us on Facebook
Yes,
every time.
yes,
We have to learn that. We'll have to learn it some kind of way. We'll have to learn how to do it. So I'm
yes.
gonna go ahead and let Candace take over the show. I'm gonna sit back and I'll be able to read your comments, answer any of your questions, put something in the comments section. Tell us that you're here, all that kind of stuff. So Candace, take it away.
Thank you so much, Anita. Thank you. I'll take it from here. Yes. Just kidding. Hello, everyone. I'm excited to be back for another contributor spotlight. And I'm excited because is this our first time sitting with Pam?
I think it is. Yeah. Where she's the contributor. Yeah, exactly.
Yes. So this is long awaited because she started with us a little bit ago and we've been getting acquainted, and so she contributed her first article in this month's issue, which you can actually go and get right now, and I'm about to put that link into the description, into the comment section of the live. And before we jump into everything, I would love for you all to take the moment to like the video and to share it with your audience. And I'm going to do that as well as put the link in there. So that goes for us, you all. If you all can share the live video with your audience, and I just added that link into the comment section. And so now that I've done that, we can go ahead and jump back into everything. Thank you. I see people sharing it, and I do see people liking the video, so thank you. That helps it to get further out, to reach more people in your audience so they can be a part of the conversation. So thank you for doing that. So yes, I'm excited to have a moment to chat with Pamela Sams this evening. She is the newest contributor of Affluence Financial Fitness for Women magazine, and I'm excited about her article, Financial Anxiety and Past Money Stories That Keep You Financially Stuck. It is jammed packed with so much powerful information, and we're going to get right into everything. Pam, how are you today?
I am doing awesome. Thanks for having me here, and I am so excited about this launch of this magazine. It has so many good articles in it, so I'm really just delighted to have contributed as well. It's if you haven't had a chance to get your copy yet, really go see it. I'm not just plugging that my own article, but everybody's article was excellent this session.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And every Thursday you'll get a chance to hear from a different contributor. But I'm ready to talk about, Pam, your article, because it was really, really eye-opening, definitely for myself. So let's just jump right into it. Mm-hmm. What is financial anxiety?
Yeah, I mean, just like any other anxiety, we try to avoid the things that we don't like or that keeps us anxious. And the financial piece of it is anything that deals with your financial life is really, I just don't want to deal with it. So I deal with a lot of clients in my practice that come to me because they just couldn't deal with it on their own. It was just causing them so much anxiety, didn't know where to start, didn't know if they were doing the right things. So that really keeps people stuck or behind the curve, because if you don't address it straight on, you can just procrastinate, what I call analysis paralysis. If you know that you don't know what to do, or it just makes you so anxious, then you're not going to tackle it at all. And then that just sends you more of a snowball or a tailspin because you're not addressing the issue.
Absolutely. I can definitely agree with that. So I have a quick follow-up question to that.
Mhm.
Do you feel like it's the lack of knowing what to do that's causing the anxiety? Is that what you were saying? Or is it
I
the
think
other
it's,
way?
yeah, I think it's a combination of making the wrong choice, and so we make
Mm.
none at all, and that's what keeps us anxious. Or you get, overwhelmed. So a lot of people that have anxiety issues are just so overwhelmed with so many decisions to make that you don't want to make the wrong one. So that's what keeps you financially stuck, is that you don't want to make a bad choice, or you've had some bad experience in the past. I know we spoke with Dr. Nicole Jackson last week. It's a similar situation. We just don't know what to do, so we don't do anything at all. So that's what also keeps you stuck, and that anxiety perpetuating in people's financial lives.
Absolutely. I think that's very profound because, we don't attach that anxiety to financial matters. Sometimes it just kind of seems like that's who you are or this is the way it is. And
Hmm.
you don't realize that you can separate it and attack it and deal with it and things work out. So that's really good information. So this month in this September issue, the theme is mental health and money. How is mental health and money connected?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's in my article, I talked about the top stressor in people's lives are generally related to money. If we don't have enough, or we don't know if we're doing the right things with our money. A lot of it causes stress and anxiety, and really puts people in a depressed state. So that really connects with the mental health. So if you don't have enough money to pay your bills, or know where you're going to pay the mortgage, or you're going to pay your utilities, things are going to get cut off or whatever, that just sends you into so much of a depression. And that affects your mental health, just the stress of it. What we've been through over the last 18 months, even with COVID, people being furloughed, or people being unemployed, or losing income, that has caused people to have more stress on them, which also puts them into a bit of a mental state with depression, and then really just not knowing how to deal with it, or where to turn, or how to fix it.
Hmm. Okay, so sidebar, I do have a
Hmm.
just follow-up question to that.
Yeah.
I know it wasn't on the list, but
Uh-huh.
sometimes when you're saying things, I think of some things.
Mhm.
What do you feel like has prevented us from connecting that in the past? That mental health and money and how it affects each other. What do you feel like has prevented us from realizing that before?
Yeah, I mean, I think sometimes subconsciously, about 95 to 99% of our decisions are subconsciously made. The other percent is it's what we do on our conscious lives. So if we don't know what's underlying those decisions, we don't make the connections right away, because our subconscious is really driving some of the behavior that we don't really even realize, that we've grown up. Some of the stories we've been telling you in the article, I talked a lot about money stories, and so having that underlined running throughout what I call money scripts throughout your life, you really don't make that connection on how it's really affecting you mentally with that. So I talk a lot about in the article about changing your money story, and really identifying what that is and how to rewrite it. So I really suggest people take a look at some of the what I have in the article to how to fix that. But that's where people they're not connecting the dots between what is mentally, subconsciously running their mental situation or their financial lives, and we don't just make, like I said, make the connection.
Right, right. So yes, I'm glad you said that. Definitely go purchase your copy so you can get more information, because I almost said a follow-up. What are the things that you need to do? No, you got to go get the magazine and check it out, and you'll definitely get that information. But I'm gonna reword this question just a little bit. What are some of the services that you offer to the community, that may provide, some assistance if someone is struggling mentally with their finances?
Yeah, it's really just to try to identify first off what those money stories are. So really just going back to the basics on how money was addressed in your household. And so a lot of times I go through exercises with my, with the community or people who come to me to really figure it out. Similar to what Anita does with her behavioral piece. It all starts with how we were addressed, our money was first introduced to us earlier on in our household. So we got to go back to the basics and figure that out first, to try to do some clearing in order to move them forward financially. Because, like I said, it may be things that are just underlying those scripts that are running mentally in your brain that you really don't even know that's there until you really address it with someone. Really figuring out how did you, what was your first experience with money? How did your parents grow up with money? What was your first memory? What was your first money memory? All of that has to do with keeping you financially stuck. And so we need to figure out how we can fix that and address and rewrite some of those money stories or money scripts.
Absolutely. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is why it's important for you to purchase the latest copy of Affluence Financial Fitness for Women magazine, because these are the types of things that's being discussed. And honestly, I don't really hear them being discussed in this way, specifically related to Black women, Black families, and Black communities and people of color communities. I have not seen in-depth conversations about what's going on with us financially. We hear a lot of people say, oh, we don't do the right things with money. And that's as far as the conversations go. They
Yeah.
can point out everything that we do wrong with money, but what are the solutions? And that's what we explore, and that's what these ladies bring to the magazine. They bring their experience, they bring their education. They've dedicated so many years of their life listening to different people in the community share their experiences, and that teamed up with their education brings so much revelation. And that's what we need in this hour, to change some things, to make the future generation prosperous, because that's what we're about, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
That's what we're trying to
And
do.
yeah, it's really change the narrative. That's what I always say. How do we change the narrative in not just individual lives, but as a community as a whole? But you have to figure it out first. And like you said, Candace, it's not a matter of, yeah, we're just bad with money and then move on. It's really okay. You may be bad with money, but how do you fix it? And I go through some exercises as well with some of my clients or potential clients. Is what I call basically kind of a reset, because what you're doing is you're telling yourself these negative self-talk things. I'm bad with the money, but how do you really identify some of the things that are going right in your situation, and then really have those be in the forefront versus the negative self-talk. So I do kind of a reset and a reframe of the conversation that they're having inside of their internally with themselves on I'm bad with money. Of course, if you're gonna say you're bad with money, that's just a self-fulfilling prophecy. Then more than likely you're gonna be mad with money. But if you can identify some things, even if they're small baby steps, I paid the bill on time, or I paid off X percentage of my debt this month. That's where you want to highlight the positive and do that reset.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love it. So real quickly, because this is just a little quick chat. What are some other projects and things that you have going on?
As you can see on Facebook, I'm all over the place. So I'm on a lot of different podcasts. I have some things coming up with the Women Advisor Summit in a couple of weeks. So I'll be talking about actually combining psychology and financial planning on that one. An anthology book that'll probably be debuting next month, where I'm it's Women in Finance. So I'll be one of the featured profiles in that one. So there's a variety of different things that I have coming down the pike.
That is awesome and exciting. Definitely let everyone know how they can follow you and reach out to you.
Exactly. So I'm on Facebook under Jackson Sam's Wealth. That's my Facebook page, business Facebook page. And then of course IG is the same at Jackson Sam's Wealth. And if anybody's using Twitter, I use it a little bit. So I have Jackson Sam's, and it's WS for that one because they limit the characters on Twitter. So it's Jackson Sam's WS on Twitter. So they can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. If anybody's on LinkedIn, just look under Pamela Sams. That's my page there on LinkedIn.
Awesome. Pam, thank you so much for joining this evening. Now, we're not closing out. We're not closing out at all. But I just wanted to tell you thank you for joining and thank you for being a contributor to the magazine. Once again, there's a link in the comment section where you can go and it will take you directly to where you can purchase the latest issue. So, yes, Miss Johnson. Did you want to add something?
Yes. Yeah, I want to add something. Pam, I know I have two things. I know you talked about money scripts. Is that in the ad? I mean, is that in your article? Is part of that in your article?
The money scripts, it relates to the money story. So
okay, and it's in your article, right?
Yeah, it is.
They need to go get that.
Yes, they need to go get that.
Yeah, and then I want to add the other thing is that the new podcast, the Finding Your Financial Voice podcast, just dropped today, and as I said when we did Dr. Nicole's interview, Dr. Nicole was on last month. This month, I'm talking about all of you guys, including Pam, and I give a little bit of taste on what's in the article, so you can go and you can get the podcast that's up, and it's Finding Your Financial Voice podcast, and I talk about all the contributors, and part of their articles are in there. So you want to listen to the podcast, but you also want to get the magazine. And while I'm talking on the podcast, which is iHeart, what are they? iHeart.
Right. I'm putting the link in the comment.
Put the link in there now. Put the link in there now. Right. All of those podcasts are there. And the other thing about the podcast, it will be on our YouTube channel too. So you'll be able to hear it on the YouTube channel as well. Of course, there's no pictures, but then you get to listen to that and as I'm talking about the articles. And I think that in addition to what we're doing here on Facebook Live, that also will be on YouTube as well. So that's important information where you can get all this information, so many different areas you can get this information from. That's all I had. I'm sorry. I have to pay it. The boss has said I can only have a few words, and the boss is Candace, and she only said I could have a few words. But thank you, Pam. Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Yep. So I definitely put that link in there to the Finding Your Financial Voice podcast, and you can check that out. There's a couple of episodes on there, and they're really good, offering a lot of good information and talking about other products and services through Money Wisdom for Women. And you can go to moneywisdomforwomen.com and sign up for membership services that include a lot of those benefits. So also you can go into the comment section and click on Mad Cloud and go directly to where you can purchase this month's issue of the magazine. And we'll be back next Thursday with another contributor spotlight, and I'm excited about that as well. I get excited every time we release an issue because I know we're gonna have this, and y'all think I'm playing, but I take notes, and I'm the one who come up with the questions. So I try to sneak a lot of good ones in there for everybody, but I can't give too much away, but I try to give you a little bit. And also you can definitely come into the comment section and drop some questions if you would like to do that. I want to take the time and ask once again for anybody to share the video out to your networks, because this is the information that we want to get out to the community, to let them know that these are resources available that's coming right from us. You know, we got to have value in what we can bring to the table. So with that being said, Pam, did you want to offer any final thoughts?
I would just really encourage people to go get the magazine. But I can talk all night about the topic that I wrote about, because I'm so passionate about it, because it really makes a difference in people's lives on how to move people forward, because people get stuck, and I see it a lot of times, and then really just don't know where to turn and how to do it. So I give some practical steps on how to move them forward financially and get unstuck. So get the magazine definitely, so you can get some of those tips, and also some of the excellent articles that other contributors have had in this magazine as well.
Absolutely. And speaking of contributors, we're looking for some new contributors. The next issue of the magazine comes out in 2022, January. So put a pin in it. And so we'll be hoping to debut even more people within the financial community that can bring different perspectives and different backgrounds and just different information that can help all of us. So if you're interested, you can leave a message, you can leave a comment and say, I want to be a contributor. And we'll follow up with you and send you some information. So definitely spread the word too, if you know someone in the financial field and they want to write, and they, like Pam said, hey, I'm passionate about this topic, because you must be passionate about it. It must be something that you are really immersed in. And that's what I can say about the women in this magazine. They are immersed into this discussion. So did you want to? Yeah, go ahead.
Two more words, Anita. You passed your limit.
I know she mentioned that the upcoming issue was coming in January. That will be our 5-year anniversary. Okay, yeah, it'll be 5 years. Yeah, it'll be our 5-year anniversary. I went back and I looked. It's 5 years. I can't believe it's been 5 years.
Yeah.
Right. So we're what may happen. I still have to ask permission from Candace. Is that we will have the issues as they came through by year, and how they have changed over the year or evolved over the years and stuff. So we will have those covers in there and talk about that too as well. So I'm excited about it. I'm excited about the 5-year anniversary. I was amazed that it was 5 years. So,
Right.
So Pam will probably be writing something.
Mm-hmm.
Yours truly will be on the cover. Hey.
All right. You're trying to be like Oprah and just be on that magazine cover, right?
Yeah, definitely. But it'll be great. It'll definitely be great. So make sure that you definitely get this one and all the rest of them that's coming before, after this. Definitely. So thank you, Candace, for my extra 3 words.
You're welcome.
Those were important 3 words. So
they were. I'm on the cover. Those were.
I know. I'm on the cover. Exactly. Look out for it. I'm on the cover.
Right. But yes, this has been wonderful. Thank you, ladies, for this nice chat. We'll be back next Thursday, continuing the conversation of mental health and money, coming from the latest articles from Affluence Financial Fitness for Women magazine. Once again, you can go in the comment section and get that link to purchase the magazine, as well as listen in for free to the podcast. It's on all streaming platforms. Pam, if you want to drop your information in the comment section as well, feel free, so that people can sign up for services and things like that. So with that being said, you all, we're done for this evening. I feel good.
Yes, I did too. Awesome. Well, thanks for having me once again, and thanks for allowing me the opportunity to write for the magazine, but also to share tonight as well with the audience.
Absolutely. Yes, thank you. All right, you all, have a good night.
All right. Good night.